Ding dong, the witch is dead, and we're back to Gunner Sports Network, gambling all day. This is what we do. We're calling winners. We're doing the thing. We're making money. We're gambling. Gambling's legal in the state of Tennessee. Ask me the question, Ethan.
How'd you do this week?
Winning, bro. Winning, because that's what we do. We win. So let's talk about it. Been messing around with some round robins. If you're paying attention last week, we talked about what a round robin is, right? So, actually did some more diving into these round robins. I've been playing 4-game round robins, hoping to pick 3 that win to at least get my money back, with a chance that I might hit all 4. So, last night I played 4 round robins. So that's 16 total games, right? Yeah. 4, 8, 12. Yeah, 16. That's my math. And I went 10 and 6. I had 3 that went 3 and 1, and 1 that went 1 and 3. Still made like $150.
Yeah.
And I'm like barely playing any money. It's like $20 a game.
Yeah.
So pretty simple. So we got some out there today. Lost the first one. Went 2 and 2 on it. Right now we have Drexel and St. Joseph's playing. Right now Drexel's covering. Creighton and St. John's. Right now Creighton's covering. Kansas, Texas Tech. Right now Texas Tech is not covering. And Houston Baptist and North Texas are about to start. So as long as 3 of those win, we're up for the day. And then we got some NFL tonight too, Ethan. We got oh my God, let's talk about the NFL.
What about it?
Monday.
Yeah?
You know how like that one game that we were playing, you were like, how in the hell did that last minute Hail Mary happen in that two-point conversion that didn't even matter and we got beat?
Yeah.
The NFL is rigged, Ethan.
Of course it is.
I give in. The NFL primetime games in the NFL is 100% rigged. You heard it here first. I know everyone talks about it. The Mafia talks about it.
Hey. We should probably say this. I need you to look at the camera and say, if you end up dead, you did not kill yourself.
If I end up dead, I did not kill myself. The NFL is rigged. So here's how I know the NFL is rigged. Monday Night Football. The Cleveland Browns going up against the Baltimore Ravens. This is going to be a hard-hitting, smash-mouth, in cold weather game. You're looking at Baker Mayfield taking on Lamar Jackson. This is a big game.
Wasn't it the Ravens the last time, too?
Mm-hmm. No. Well, the Ravens and the Steelers.
No.
It was the Eagles and
Seahawks.
Steelers.
Okay.
Anyway, so you got Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield. They're battling it up against each other. Big AFC matchup. I was fired up for the game. I put 100 on the game, and not too crazy, but good amount from what I've been winning.
Of course.
Put 100 and I was in a slump, bro. I'm talking like, I was hot there the first couple of weeks, but I went through a little bit of slump. It was like 5 or 6 losses in a row.
Because it was me playing with you.
And it was hard losses. Like, I didn't lose, whether it was basketball, football, whatever, until literally the last minute. Within the last possessions of the game, I would lose. And it would just be so frustrating. So I was like, here we go, Monday Night Football. Here we go. I'm going to take the Browns plus 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Browns plus 3. Let's just talk about this game in the final minute of this ball game. The Browns go up by 3.
Cool.
Hang on. The Browns tie the game. The Ravens come back and on 4th down throw a touchdown to also tie the game. Okay? And then the Browns, how'd this go? Regardless, I don't know how it went. Hang on. Forget all that. The end of the game, there's 2 seconds left. The Ravens kick a field goal. They go up by 3 points. 3 points. That's a push. No one loses a push. When you push in gambling, when the spread is 3 and you are plus 3 and your team's getting beat by 3, Vegas just gives you your money back.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
The game was a push. We were correcto on the spread.
Yeah, you were right on the dime.
No one gets any money.
Okay.
The Ravens don't get money. The Browns don't get money.
Okay.
There's 2 seconds left in this ball game. They kick off to the Browns. The Browns fair catch it in the end zone. That ball goes to the 20-yard line, Ethan.
Yeah.
The ball goes to the 20-yard line.
2 seconds left.
2 seconds left. The Browns now have to go 80 yards, between 70 and 80 yards,
Yeah.
to score a touchdown. They can't get in field goal range.
No.
They've got to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Down by 3. It's a push. I want to read the play. Like I want to. Somebody screenshotted the play, the succession of the play, of exactly how it went down. But it went something like this: Baker Mayfield drops back, throws the ball to one of his teammates, who then laterals the ball behind him to another teammate, who then fumbles the ball. The Browns pick the ball back up, lateral it back across the field, fumble the ball yet one more time. They pick the ball back up, they throw it back across the field, they fumble it one more time, they pick the ball back up, throw it across the field. Now the Ravens might have the ball. It gets kicked away from the Ravens. The Browns pick the ball back up again, throw it all the way across the field into the end zone. The man in the end zone now runs to the back of the end zone, throws the ball behind his back, but steps out of bounds before he does so, a.k.a. a safety. 2 points go to the Ravens, and I lose the game.
What?
FanDuel, MGM, and another casino in Vegas refunded the money to the people that took the Browns because it was probably the worst loss in a gambling situation in the history of Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Was literally absolute worst case scenario.
Absolutely worst case.
DraftKings, whom I betted with, did not return the favor so well.
See, I like FanDuel.
So I lost. That was a tough one. You know, you got to, but hey, man, that's what happens with gambling. Dude, I haven't watched this much sports in years. And it took throwing a few dollars around to get me to, like, get back in Gunner sports mode. And I tell you what, dude, I love it.
So let's just a recap, just to remind me and the audience, how much money from your own bank account have you pushed into, let's just say, just your DraftKings?
A total of $500.
Total of $500
Yeah.
that you've put in.
That I've put in. And so I put $500 throughout 2 deposits into DraftKings.
Okay.
And I've put, let's call it $100 into FanDuel and $100 into MGM.
Okay. That's not bad, though. Like, for how much you've won,
Yeah.
like, you're up what?
So, I mean, I've been playing with house money since I won the Masters.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's up and down. The most I was up at one given time, my DraftKings account read $22.50, something like that. So, I mean, you subtract $500 out of that.
Yeah, you're still up.
$1,700. My FanDuel literally stays around that 100 mark. Like, I'll go 100 to 170, back to 40 to 180 to 40 to 160. I can't get out of that slump. Yeah. MGM is down now actually to like $19. But here's what I've done. I was playing, like, it's gambling, right? So you start out, you win a little bit, you get excited, you want to play more, you want to win all the money right now. Like, that's how gambling works. Like, even with you, like, you got to preach bankroll management, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, you click on it, and it says, hey, if I bet $5, I'll win 4. Or
if I bet 10
if I bet 10, you know, I'm win 9. Yeah. Or if I bet 20 on a 2-game parlay, now I'm making 40. Or I bet 40 on a 5-game parlay,
I'm making $1,000.
I'm making $500.
So what?
You know, and here was the problem with me is I hit that. Like, I hit the very first day of college basketball. I hit the first 5 games that played on opening day of college basketball. I hit a 5-game parlay and won $1,200. And I just, you know, like, I tried to, like, you know, you make 12, you want to make 24, you want to make 36, like, you know, and then next thing you know, you're back down to 700. So now you're playing that.
You can't do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, to say that I'm still up 1,500 would be a lie. But let's put it this way. I put in $500 for, like, entertainment, and it has literally reignited my love for sports.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a fan of anyone. I'm a
Fan of the game.
I'm a fan of the game, but I'm a fan of the competition.
Yeah.
And now I'm inserting myself on a side, whether it's basketball, soon to be baseball, football, whatever it might be, and I can cheer for a certain team for one night. I don't have to be fanatical about a team throughout the season.
Now here's the question. Are you going to try and do soccer?
No, see, soccer's playing right now, and I
couldn't imagine.
I think for me, even like any sport I've ever done or like any sport I've participated in, like and this is gonna sound funny, so we can go back to like when I was a kid, but like I've always had this unique ability to like pick the teams that were going to be good in baseball, basketball, and football. And I got away from it for so long after college and even in college. But middle school and high school, I was like that sports guy. Like I played sports. All my spare time was sports. My video games were sports. I researched sports. What do you want to know about sports? Oh, you want to know who batted over 300 last year, you know, for the Braves? Do. Like I was that guy. Like I literally, before there was Google, you could come to me and I'd be pretty close, right? Or like when Google was first a thing. So like when I'd play video games among my friends or whatever, I was usually either the best or one of the better players when it came to a Madden, an NCAA, a college basketball, an NBA, MLB The Show, those type games.
Yeah.
I was always one of the better players. Now, you put me in like GTA or something, I'm not going to beat anybody at GTA. I'll enjoy it and have fun playing it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like multiplayer somebody with Call of Duty because I'm not any good at it.
No.
Like it's not fun for me because I'm not any good, and I don't have the time to like become good. So, but I got away from all that. So like now, back in it, and like I'm not going to say that I'm, the best at picking sports because I don't think anybody's the best at picking sports, and anybody can get lucky and just pick some sports and find some wins, and everyone's going to win, everyone's going to lose. I mean, you've had me pick and I've lost, and you've had me pick and I've won. I've won more for me than I have for you. But dude, it's fun because like it's got me back into researching the game, figuring out who the players are. Got the ESPN app on my phone, always get notifications on which games I have bets. First thing I do when I wake up now is after I get like my day started, when I'm at the gym in between like sets or whatever, if I'm in the sauna, I'm checking out like what's the early game, like what's the 2:00 basketball game. And I've got an idea right now of like what I'm good at picking. Like the NFL, I'm not very good at picking. Why? Because it's rigged.
Because it's rigged.
College football, I'm pretty good at picking. I'm not good at picking the over and unders. It's funny to me, but I'm not. But college basketball, I don't know if it's just easy for everyone right now because all the sports handicappers that I'm following on like YouTube and stuff, they're all saying the same thing. College basketball right now is getting smoked. Like I'm probably operating like 75-80% college basketball. And it's not even difficult. You just pick the favorite. Like the favorites, especially home favorites, are just working people. And that's the easiest trend to pick up on. Plus 20, plus 30, about minus 2.5, whatever it is. Like, dude, home favorites. Home favorites are where it's at. Or home dogs. Like the home team, if you got like a close game, home dogs, way to go. You got a huge spread, like 25 to 30 points, the home dog is the way to go. But flip side of that, almost anything, take the home favorite. Almost anything. Chattanooga boys basketball team, like I've said this before, like even this year, they're like 5-1 against the spread. They lost last night. That was the first game they've lost against the spread since last season.
Damn.
So I mean, dude, they're balling. And they just lost one of their star players. But other than that, man, they're balling. It's fun, dude. It's addicting. Like right now, let's see what we got going. Let's check it again real quick.
I was about to say, literally right after this, I'm gonna start exporting this video, and then I'm gonna drive over to East Ridge, and you're gonna tell me what basketball to play like tomorrow.
You know what drives me crazy right now? So this ESPN app, like you will click like which ones you want to it to like notify you about.
Yeah.
But then if you click out of it, those are not the ones that are now like still in the notification section. Drives me crazy. Anyways.
Ridiculous.
Texas Tech's back up. Let's go. Creighton's up. Let's go. Who else do I have? Houston Baptist is not getting killed yet. Let's go. Oregon. Let's go. Who else did I have? I had one more. What else did I have? Anyways, pretty good day. Pretty good day. It's fun. Oh, video game side note.
Yeah.
So at work, I think I told. Did I say this last time?
You brought Madden or
NCAA.
NCAA.
So I bought the NCAA. It
Yeah.
was like more than a regular video game, which is ridiculous, but it was brand new.
Ooh.
This thing was like mint gem. Look up NCAA football 2014. Right
Maybe
now.
you shouldn't have opened it.
I probably shouldn't have. Look it up. Look up NCAA football 2014 for sale. Just do that real quick, and just laugh at me. You don't have to say how much it cost on air.
For Xbox?
PS3.
PS3. Okay.
Oh,
Oh Lord. Gunner?
Yep.
Why?
Well, because they stopped making this game, and it was for a college football guy and a huge time college football fan. This was the game, and they just decided to stop. Let's go back. The best-selling sports franchise for EA Sports up to that point. Like, why? Oh, because college kids are greedy and want to get paid off of it? Enjoy being on the games, you idiots. You stupid
Now,
idiots.
Gunner,
You ruined it for everyone.
here's a question for you. When were you in college?
Yeah, I wasn't one of the ones saying, hey, pay me.
No. I was just asking. Were you in college in 2014?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Are you in this game?
So with Chattanooga, we weren't necessarily in the game as far as like, but if you did the, on that game, they had it to where you could upload teams.
Oh.
So we were on the game, but we weren't, like, not in like the hard version, but on the online exports.
Oh, okay.
We
So
were.
it was just like, it was pre-DLC basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you could go on there and you could feel like, so NCAA, like the big thing was they used to have these teams called like FCS Southwest or FCS Southeast. Well, we were the FCS Southeast. Like it was Chattanooga, App State, those type teams. So instead of having those, you could go online, download this pack, and get all the SoCon teams, all the OVC or whatever, and then you could fill in your schedule to make it actually legit. But yeah, so the college kids were crying and bitching because their likeness was being used and they weren't getting paid for it.
Yeah. I heard about that.
But here's the problem with that. I kind of see where they're coming from, being a college athlete,
yeah.
going through the struggle bus with the NCAA, knowing that like we can't even work a job.
Exactly.
Like we're working full-time hours, sometime overtime hours, and having to go to school, playing a sport which is the most revenue-generating sport at any school that you go to. Maybe some is basketball, but for the most part, I'd say 80%, I'm just throwing that out there, is most likely football for these. That's what keeps the athletic program going. Football pays for everything. If not football and basketball combines pays for everything. Every girls' sport that you people have out there, every female sport, thank you football, thank you basketball, because none of your sports pay for it. You know why? Because no one shows up for it. That's why. And that's not to say there's not great female athletes and great female competitions. Not to say that. I'm just saying no one cares and no one comes.
It's not the moneymaker.
Yeah, it's not making the money. But you're allowed through Title IX to play your sport because of that. Okay? So how do you make paying athletes fair? You can't. You can't just say, we're going to pay athletes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to pay Alabama players $100,000 a year, and Chattanooga players, you pay us because you don't even make enough money.
Exactly.
So there's no way to make it fair. So what's the point of even trying to make it fair? Oh, so the only video game that could even possibly promote the schools in a positive light or allow you to play with yourself because you're most likely not going to make it pro, you want to get rid of because you're not making a couple dollars? Okay, cool. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to settle. We're going to cut everyone that was on the video game a $175 check. Thank you. The franchise is ruined. I hope you had fun. Was it worth that, you idiots?
Jesus.
That's what happened.
That's crazy.
That's what happened. The NCAA, EA Sports settled, said, all right, cool. We're going to take this off the markets. We're never going to do it again because, we don't want to get in trouble with any likeness battles. So we're going to pay every person that fills out this form. I could have filled it out. That fills out, I didn't. That you fill out this form, and if you think your likeness was being used and money was being generated and you weren't being compensated, fill this out and you'll get a settlement. Just like if hey, are you having heartburn, indigestion, and so based off this medication? Fill out this form and see if you were due any money. That type thing. Yeah, everybody is paid like $175. Like, was it worth that? Now, if you go back and if you've ever been on an NCAA football game or NCAA March Madness or NCAA college baseball from like 1996 to 2014, there was a bunch of people that could have signed up for that, and a bunch of people could have got $175.
Exactly.
But come on, bro. Like, that just ruined everything. And now they can't bring it back because there's no way to do it.
No.
Like, you can't have an NCAA college football game without having someone's likeness. I'm not trying to play the game and not play with Trevor Lawrence with Clemson.
So here's the thing.
Got me fired up.
That I'm hearing from this, and maybe it's just me and my Gen Z brain. Maybe esports is the way to go nowadays. Because, and hear me out, if you're playing esports, whether it be Madden, whether it be League of Legends, whatever it is, if you're going, because there are collegiate teams right now, and there's collegiate leagues.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing a video game, but you're having to train with your team, every one of those people can just stream it on Twitch now.
Yeah.
And make money that way.
Well, you can't in NCAA.
Exactly. And that's what's crazy to me is like...
Unless you're a cheerleader.
Unless.
How about that shit?
Well, let's just say that's...
That's my next rant. Hold it. Keep going.
I mean, I was going to let you just go on that.
So check this out. So here's where I can see some of these guys getting a little upset, especially like your hype. I didn't play in the build your own brand social media era. I played at the beginning of that, okay? That's a very distinct difference.
Yeah.
2009 to 2013 is sure as hell not 2020, all right?
No.
So these guys that started in 2016 and here we are in 2020, I feel bad for you. Why? Because those, I wanted to say dumb bitches. I mean, I'm cheerleaders. Well. Those girls and some guys that are on the sidelines that are cheering for the teams, for the NCAA teams, for the university, can go take half-naked pictures, grab a BSN sports supplement next to their ass, put up on Instagram, and say, get this discount code GOMOX, and then you look it up, and they're making all this money because they're getting all these followers because guys are perverts, and they've got 100,000 followers because you're a captain of a cheerleading squad, and then you graduate college, and you're making $10,000 a month through Instagram.
It's ridiculous.
Guess who can't do that? Trevor Lawrence, probably the #1 revenue-generating football player in college right now. Should win the Heisman. Should win a national championship. Going to be the first-round draft pick. Is he going to get a lot of money from the first round going to the Jets next year? Yep.
He's going to the Jets?
Yeah, he's going to go to the Jets next year. Whoever's got the first pick in the draft is getting Trevor Lawrence. Probably the best quarterback to come out of college
and go to the Jets
in the past 10 years, right? So he's going to the Jets. Yeah, he's going to go to the Jets. Guess what? Millions, tens of 20s of millions of dollars he's going to make. But guess what he's making right now? Nothing. Guess who is? His girlfriend. You know why? Because his girlfriend is Trevor Lawrence's girlfriend, and she's getting all the followers, and people are throwing advertisements through her.
That's ridiculous.
Welcome to the NCAA assholes. It's been an issue since the early 90s.
See, that's the thing, and I think that's where the key is that sucks, is that maybe in these contracts for the NCAA, there has to be like some way for these players to use their social media outreach, because their reach, because again, like you just said, his girlfriend is using him as the launch, not in a bad way, but like as the launch point being like, hey, I'm dating him, come follow me.
Yeah.
He should be able to also say, hey, I'm me, come follow me, and hey, look at my ass, here's go Mogs.
And
like,
it's not like they can have Instagrams, right? Like they've got their social medias.
They can't do social media
promoting, advertising.
Yeah.
But here's what they can do. As soon as college is over and they're graduated.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence is going to have like Nike deals
and Trevor,
or whatever.
Let's just this is interesting to me. Let's just look up Trevor Lawrence. I'm actually, and he's just one of them. I mean, there's plenty of guys that are in college that had an old example. A great example is actually I mean, here. Funny thing, I've never typed Trevor Lawrence in here ever in the history of my phone. I just typed in Trevor, and he's the third person that popped up on social media. So Trevor Lawrence has 618,000 followers.
Jeez.
100,000 followers, and you're doing all right for yourself. Like, that's like an account has made it at 100,000 followers.
I would even say right now, if you can hit 10K, you're not that far from hitting 100K.
Well, if you hit 10K, depends on how many of those 10,000 are actual fans.
Yes.
Or out of that 10K is 10% actual fans, 1,000 people paying you something monthly, you're doing all right.
Yeah.
But now if you're looking at 600,000, you got 10%, you got 60,000 people paying you something monthly, you're buying your merchandise monthly. Every time you come out with a new, here's my fall line, here's my spring line, here's my bloom, whatever. Here's my cameo, I'll send your daughter a birthday present. What, all this stuff.
That's where it gets weird. Could he do cameo?
No.
He can't?
Nope.
Like, that's it. That's in the contract. He can't do shit like that?
You cannot use your name. You cannot sell your name for anything in return with compensation.
That's ridiculous.
Check this out. So, Reggie Bush, when he was at USC.
Yeah.
This was a huge deal. Reggie Bush at USC. Reggie Bush doesn't come from money. Reggie Bush comes from the projects. Like,
yeah.
One of the greatest college athletes of all time.
Of course.
But guess what happens when you can't work? Guess what happens when, you're not allowed to get a job and all you can do is play football, and your Pell Grant check runs up, or your stipend runs up for that semester because you're having to pay half of it into your rent and half of it for food, and the holidays come up. And maybe your family is not well off, and you're taking half of your stipend check. Because I know guys personally that did this. You take half of your stipend check and you send it back home, and you just figure it out while you're in college. So you got guys that are on national television every night, Sports Center, #1 plays, #1 draft picks, all these things that are sitting there broke in college, and they're out there breaking their bodies for millions of people to watch on ABC at 9 p.m.
That's what's even more frustrating about it.
And they can't take a pair of sweatpants that they wear, sign their name on it, and give it to a fan in exchange for any type of compensation. Or guess what? You get banned from the NCAA for life? Reggie Bush just got granted access back to the USC program. Reggie Bush graduated in 2005.
That's ridiculous.
He was a Heisman Trophy winner. Wasn't allowed on campus. Was in the pros.
That's ridiculous.
Terrell Pryor, Ohio State, same thing.
It makes no sense. And that's where, again, that's where you have to be sympathetic to these college kids. Yeah. I mean, you were one of them. Yeah. But it's just like, how am I supposed to live if I'm doing this for you and making you all of this money?
Check this out. One day I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to write a book on like my college experience through football, because there's no how-to guide out there. There's like recruiting books on like how to get recruited or how to help get recruited, all these things. But there's no book like, hey, day one of college, get ready for this to happen. And here's the journey for the next 5 years. Like, from a guy that played Division I football. There's no books out there like that could kind of like give kids a heads up. But, dude, it's unbelievable the things that happen. Like here, for example, at a small Division I school like UTC, we don't get the unlimited meals, right? You would think, they're football players. They get all the perks. No, idiots. We don't get the perks. We don't get the unlimited meals. Guess what we get? We had a meal plan where we would get like let's call it 25 meals a week that we would get at the at like the UC or whatever. And that could either be like a Chick-fil-A sandwich and a drink and a fry, like a combo. That's a meal. But if you want 2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches and a drink and a fry, that's 2 meals. Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like whatever meals they had over there. And then they gave you like 500 Mox Bucks on top of that, where you could use that at like the in-store like convenient area,
Yeah.
or like any extra food that you might want to purchase that's not on the meal plan. Okay. And then my senior year, they opened up the buffet style UC over into the Lupton Library.
Yeah.
And it was like you had 25 all you could eat meals. All right. That was actually the come up. Okay. But here's the thing. So 25 meals, 7 days a week. What's the math on that?
I mean, that's not
3 meals a day is 21.
Yeah.
How many calories do you need to be a college football player? Let's just call it me at the time, they were wanting me to stay around 230 pounds. So 230 pounds, that means I'm probably burning, just by breathing, 2,000 calories. Not to mention, you wake up, hit the gym, there's 500 calories. Walk up and down campus to go to class, let's just call that another 200 calories. Just breathing, let's just call it another 500 calories. Oh, football practice afterwards, let's just call that another 500 calories. So you're burning 4, 5, 6,000 calories in a day being a football player. From anywhere from like 4 in season to 6 off season. Oh, and you got to gain weight. So now you need to be eating 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000. These linemen,
Good luck.
right? How do you do that? You don't do it with 3 meals a day.
No.
You don't do it with 4 meals a day. How do you do that?
No idea.
Okay, so you get a stipend. You probably get, let's just call it, if you live off campus, you get a stipend. Let's just call that stipend was, I believe the stipend was $1,200 a month. Okay, it's pretty good, right? $1,200 a month in college. Rent was $500 straight off the top.
Yeah,
Boom.
no.
That was my rent. That was for my room off campus. So I got $700 off campus. So now you're off campus. Guess what happens? Now you don't have meal plan.
Yeah.
But you got your Mox Bucks. So you got $700 real money, $500 fake money on campus that you can get like convenience store type stuff. Well, that shit don't go anywhere in one semester.
No.
Yeah. So $700 a month to eat food. But guess what? We drink, we party, we go out. Like, you want to do things. Spring break, like, dude.
Yeah, of course.
So you do take out loans. Now you're in debt.
See, I think that's just the key for me. Is at least if you're going to have a full ride scholarship, give them every single amenity that you can. And I think that makes up for at least, like, it may not when you're in the moment. Maybe when you're going to college, you're like, I'm having to live on campus. I'm having to eat on campus. I'm having to do all this and that. But then when you like add up all the money that you would have spent otherwise, it actually evens out. But like having as many meals as you need, like that should just be. That's just a given because one, like you said, you have to keep a weight for football just to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's something they're asking you to do, and you can't do it because of them.
But here's the difference. Now you go to like a UT. UT has their own cafeteria for the football team. On top of now they get
I see.
They get stuff for like off-campus type things, and they get a stipend. Their stipend's probably a little bit more because their university has a little bit more money to work with. So like it's not fair at that point. So if you can't make the actual thing fair at that point, how are you going to make getting paid off a video game fair?
Yeah.
How are you going to get, let's just say at UTC in our bookstore. When B.J. Coleman transferred in from UT, his number was the jersey that they sold in the bookstore, right? Quarterback of the team, captain of the team. His jersey was the one they sold. B.J. didn't get no any type of revenue or any type of compensation from a 19 UTC mock jersey being sold and sitting in the crowd. B.J. can't sell those.
Yeah.
So like. How does that work? Here's the biggest example in all of college sports, and he's the best sport about it. Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Tim Tebow. Everyone talked about Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was the #1 segment on ESPN every day when he was in college. He was the hype machine. He made ESPN millions of dollars. He made that Florida campus millions of dollars. Brought in 2 national championships. Brought in a Heisman Trophy. 15 jerseys all inside that stadium. He was the poster boy of a good sport.
Yeah.
On the cover of NCAA football. A 99 in the game. Like, he is the epitome of being – he's a top 5 college football player of all time. You can have that argument all you want to. Throwing motion's bad. Not the best thrower. Well, in college, he kind of was. His passing efficiency was great. Passing touchdowns was great. Receptions was great. Attempts were down. Accuracy was up. Dude, everything. Broke Herschel Walker. Like, just look up Tim Tebow. It doesn't matter how he did it, and he did it great at Florida. Yet he had a great team around him. Yeah, he did. But it's also a lot of people have had a lot of great teams around him, and they've not done as well. Okay, so Tebow absolutely crushed it. And what did he say about the whole thing? Kids need to just learn how to appreciate what they're being given at the universities, the opportunity that they're being given, the opportunity that they're allowed to be in the video game. Be thankful.
That's fair. Yeah.
Be thankful that you get to go play for Florida. He was thankful that he was able to put that program in the spotlight by being the #1 player on the game, by being on the cover of the game, by being the guy that they talked about at ESPN. And then he went on and made his money in the NFL and doing speeches and giving back to the Philippines and giving back to churches and his foundations, all that stuff. He's like the good role model of that. And then you had the guys like whoever that didn't even play third string, might have been on the video game, just wanted to see some money out of it because, his boys talked about it in the dorm rooms, how they're not getting paid and they're broke right now and they're living in that moment and they're just negative Nancy's and they just want to get paid. They just want to find a way to one-up the system. That's the problem with it. But, it all revolves around that I bought the NCAA football 2014 and we brought a PlayStation 3 into the office.
Yeah.
And now we've got a 6-person dynasty going. So
Yeah.
6 guys in the office have their own team. We're going to play it week by week. We're going to try to knock out 1 game a day. And we're just going to ride this dynasty out for the rest of the year. And your boy uploaded the roster. So we got updated 2020 rosters thanks to Vikes Fan 059. Thank you, gamertag. Because
That's pretty cool. The servers and everything are still up?
Oh, bro.
Good for them.
It's been updated every year because it's still the #1 game, right?
Yeah.
That game gets bought still today. It's still like the #1 game that gets floated around.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Vikes Fan 059 and a community of 9 other guys got together, and each year they completely redo the rosters, the coaches, the OCs, the DCs, the rankings, they update teams, they bring teams in, take teams out, whatever they need to do. And it is fantastic. So great job, Vikes Fan 059. It was updated as of last week. Like, they update it weekly, on a weekly basis. Injuries, new players come in, walk-ons, whatever happens, dude. Updating recently. They got no players are a 99. The highest rating they give is a 98, but they break it down pretty good. Like, it's like some high-tech nerd shit that I love, and I appreciate it. So we've got a 6-team dynasty going. It's me, it's Josh, it's Jordan, it's Jake, it's Tony, and it's Daniel Price. It's going to be awesome. Your boy, we didn't take – so they have star levels on teams. It's like 6-star, Alabama, Florida. Yeah. Those 5 stars. Maybe let's call a 5-star like a Tennessee, program prestige, recruiting and all that shit. So we did 3 stars or lower, so like teams to build up.
Yeah.
So your boy took Buffalo, the Buffalo Bulls. One of the top running backs in the game, Jared Patterson. Bro, fired up. 1-0 already today. 17-7 over Iowa State. Ran that rock.
Now here's the question.
I'm going undefeated. I'm going to win.
Well, no. That's fine. You play some bets.
So that's funny. We said we're going to get through 1 season. Then we're going to raise the difficulty up to All-American, which is how you really want to play the game.
Yeah.
We just hadn't played it in a while. So raise it up to All-American. Next season, we're going to pull money in. Winner of the season gets the payout at the very end.
Oof.
That'd be fun.
Oof.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So I was on YouTube and I was looking up some things, just trying to remember like the recruiting process and some of the plays that you really wanted to run. I went down that nerd rabbit hole. And you know what one of the top games is on Twitch as far as EA Sports community?
What is it?
NCAA football playing dynasties and talking about them. Sign me up, Ethan. How do I do that? Because I am built for that.
We'll talk about it. We can figure it out.
Football and doing this and playing, and I'm good, bro. Like I'm no slouch when it comes to NCAA. Like, dude, like when it came, it's like you want to talk about fights. The closest I've ever been to being in a fight in college was playing my teammates in NCAA tournaments, like at camp or whatever. Like it would get serious, and your boy always won. 5 years running, high school too, all the NCAAs from 2002 all the way to 2014. Your boy, I'm telling you, if there's one game that I'm good at, it is NCAA football. I'll put it up there with anybody. And it's this football knowledge right here. I play it how it's supposed to be played. You got some people that cheat the system. They find the glitches in it.
Oh, yeah.
They know that, like, if you run this way and then you just move your joystick up and then go back this way, it, like, messes with the CPU and, like, they'll turn and then you can beat them. I don't play that way. So, like, you got some people online, like, probably, I'd say your top 100 online back in the day, the little cheapskates would run the same play over and over, never punt on fourth down, never kick field goals. That's not playing football. If you want to play a game how it's supposed to be played, you're boys with anybody. But, I mean, listen, unless, like, you're in a fourth and go for it, you better punt or I'll punch you in the face. That's how I play. Like, play football the way it's supposed to be played. That's my rule.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I promise you, if you could watch me play, you would be so surprised.
I feel like I'm already surprised on how much you already know.
Yeah. Like, dude, I haven't played this game in years. Like, I haven't picked it up since, I don't know, college.
Yeah.
Whenever I got rid of my PS3. PS4s came out when I was in college.
Yeah. 2014, 2015.
Yeah. So I got one of those, and it wasn't on the game. So then I just stopped playing it. I literally sold all that stuff to get my PS4, right?
Yeah.
So haven't had it since then. Your boy picked it up. Bro, I will smoke everybody.
God, now I got to get good at it and smoke your ass on podcast.
But here's the problem with that. I understand. Like, you could beat me at. I give you credit. I could try my best to beat you in any game.
Yeah.
And you would probably beat me.
And I know that.
Yeah.
But this one, I feel like I need to.
Ethan, you don't have the football knowledge to beat me. But that's the thing. Like, football IQ and, like, game management,
yeah,
I would just beat you. The game could make you try to beat me, and I will win. Dude, I'm the guy that I will, like, if I know that you're good, I'll get the ball in the first quarter, and I might not score until right before halftime. I will get 2 yards. I'll take the whole play clock. 2 yards. I'll take the whole play clock. 3 yards. Whole play clock. I'll go for it on fourth down. 2 yards. First down. Whole play clock. I'll have that ball. I'll have it all the way to the second quarter. And then I'll punch it in. I'll either get a field goal or score right before halftime. And guess what? I got the ball after halftime. I'm going to take that thing all the way down. You might have the ball one time. So as long as I can stop you once, I'm going to win. Because I'm going to get a touchdown and a field goal. Or I'm going to get 2 touchdowns. Or I'm at least going to get 2 field goals. You might beat me by 1 point, but I doubt it. Bro, I will smoke everybody.
God, this is fascinating.
There's a guy, the owner at the office thinks that he's good. Like, and I'm just letting him think he's good. Like, he's talking all this trash. He's like running up the score on people on varsity. I'm like, yeah, man, that's cool. I play the game how it's supposed to be played. Like, I won today 17-7. You know how many times I had the ball? 3 times. You know how many times the other team had the ball? 3 times. They scored once. I scored 3 times. I had the ball for literally it's 5-minute halves. I probably had the ball for 17 minutes.
Jesus.
They shouldn't have scored. It pissed me off that they scored. But sometimes the computer just
I had to work harder. God.
So you look, there's on here, Chat with Gunner, 53, first episode of January.
Oh God.
You have a PS3?
I do have a PS3.
You bring your PS3.
Okay.
And we're gonna Twitch stream this shit, and I'm gonna show you how your boy plays. You're gonna be like, what? I'm gonna show you how your boy plays video games.
All right.
You don't think I got those sticks, bro? These thumbs were made for sticks, especially in NCAA.
All right. Well, this has been a good episode. You were fired up the entire time.
Yeah, I've been lazy the past couple episodes, but tonight, bro, between gambling, the mafia, and the Raiders are getting beat. All right, I'm going home before I get in trouble.
All right.
I'm out of here.
It's episode 50.
It's episode 50. Episode 53, I'm kicking Ethan's ass. NCAA Football 2014, 2020. Bye.